All right. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jason Flame, Chief Instructor at Moorpark Karate and Krav Maga in Moorpark, California, along with my co-host today, Master Kevin Kowalczik from Littleton, Colorado, and Revolution Martial Arts. What's up, sir?
How are you? How's it going?
I am excellent. I'm excellent. Glad to have you again today on these Thursday thoughts.
Yes.
And listen, guys, today is going to be a little bit different. We're going to have a couple extra announcements and a couple extra things that we're going to talk about. Hi, Don. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. By the way, if you have any questions as you're watching, please drop your questions. But we're going to talk about four things. We're going to talk about our goal setting. Why do we need to set goals? We're going to talk about tournaments and competition because we have a lot of students in our school that want to take their training to the next level. They want to seek out a higher level of competition. We have our local in-school tournaments, but we're going to be looking at some bigger tournaments. We're going to talk about that. And Master K has tons of experience, so he'll share that with you. I want to talk about our schedule because I think we have some people that might be a little confused on when they should be coming to classes. So I'm just going to clear that up a little bit. And then I've got a couple announcements or upcoming events. So again, if you're watching this live or you're watching this on the replay later, please throw up any comments when you have questions so that we can direct those right away. So first thing I want to cover is this class schedule. I don't know about you, Mr. K, but in our school we have what we call an ABC schedule. Mondays and Tuesdays are our A days. Wednesdays and Thursdays are our B days, and Fridays and Saturdays are C days. Okay, now A days are curriculum days. So whatever you need to know for testing and earning your stripes is going to be taught on Mondays and Tuesdays. Now, guys, listen, I have a fat stack of cards for people that have not attended class Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which means you missed out on the curriculum we worked on this week, which is going to be, it's going to make it a little harder for you guys testing for stripes and getting ready for testing. So make sure, no matter what program you're in, choose a Monday or a Tuesday, and then a Wednesday or a Thursday. That's your program days. So that's our combat and our self defense. So make sure you get into those classes. One A day, one B day on Little Dragons, Big Dragons, basic students. And then if you're an elite training student, you should be doing an a B, and a C. The C days are our weapons days. Those are our specialty days. So uh, pick wisely. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday is kind of a perfect scenario. And we understand when people get sick and you miss class, you can always make it up. But don't miss those Mondays and Tuesdays, guys. That's 60 people is too many to be missing out on curriculum. So, Mr. K, any thoughts or any additions to that
Yeah,
for your school?
we do the exact same thing because that's what helps students be the most successful. That's why it's set up that way. Most people usually generally will do like a Monday, Wednesday, or a Tuesday, Thursday. So we do the exact same thing. Monday and Tuesday is curriculum. It's things they need for belt testing. Wednesday, Thursday is more specialty stuff, right? Like sparring drills and tricks class and things like that, right? And then all of our weapons and stuff. That's all Fridays, Saturdays, family classes. It's the same thing. So people should be hitting at least one curriculum day and then a program day. They should be doing kind of one of both. If you're not, you're missing out on curriculum. And then you wonder why you're behind when testing
Mm-hmm.
rolls around. You don't know your stuff. So don't just come to the fun stuff. You got to get to the curriculum days too.
That's right. That's right. And just remember, basic training is 2 days a week. Elite training is 3 days a week. If you're on our platinum level program, and by the way, if you don't know what platinum program is and you have questions, that does allow for unlimited classes. It also includes your testing fees and one special event per month. So if you're on elite training, you want to maybe transition up to platinum, let me know. Or if you're on basic program, you want to level up to elite, let us know and we'll help you with that. So I wanted to get that out there because there were a couple questions with Miss Courtney as she was making our absent calls, and I wanted to direct that. The second thing I want to talk about is the tournament situation. Our goal for this year is to be competition heavy. All right, we've been training and working on a lot of stuff, and we have a lot of different paths and avenues in our school. But one of the things that kind of keeps coming up, and what I love, is the team atmosphere of going to a tournament. We just competed in January at T.O. Westlake Karate Studio, and it was a lot of fun because they were doing their forms, their weapons, their sparring, all the different divisions. But that camaraderie of working together. I mean, I loved when I saw people high fiving each other and hugging each other afterwards and
Cool.
clapping at the end of the match. That was awesome. So, we've made a decision this year. Our focus is on competition, and the in-school tournaments are great. I mean, I call them tune-up tournaments. They're really fun. They're a little shorter, a little faster, believe it or not. Um, But this next month in February, our goal is to bring students to the compete internationals and have you guys compete there, because some of you are at that level where you're going to plateau and you're going to settle for being the best of the middle, if that makes sense. I would rather see you go and be the best of the best and try to really increase your skill, talent, and your work ethic. So it's a big tournament, guys. This is a tournament that Master K has competed in several times. I was there last year with him. How many titles did you win last year at that one?
I think three.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and Jet won a couple too. And I keep talking about you and I keep talking about Jet. And I'm like, look, guys, if you're ready to take it to the next level, we need to start going to the tournaments that have that higher caliber of athletes. So can you kind of just talk about the NASCA circuit and what's involved in that, how that works, and just
Yeah.
that level of tournament?
Yeah. NASCA is the end all be all. I mean, it's the beginning and the end. It's the top. It's the elite. Like, if you want to go against the best, that's the best in our sport. Um, Really, truly, we have the top competitors in the world at these events. It's not like an in-house tournament or a local tournament. This is something where you have the top competitors from the world flying in, not
Mm-hmm.
just from the state, from around the world, other countries
Mm-hmm.
flying out to compete, the best in the world. And really, when you go to that event, it's eye-opening. And I always tell our students there's two types of mindsets that you can choose to have as a student. You walk into that and you see this next level that you didn't even know existed. And
Mm-hmm.
either you go, oh my gosh, I'm not as good as I thought. I'll never be that good. I can't compete on that level. And it can be discouraging. It can be frustrating for some people if you're not prepared for it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm telling you guys, you got to prepare for it mentally. It's really tough. There's a lot of really great competitors. The other mindset is, wow, I didn't know that level existed. Look what I get to do. I can aspire to be that great one day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like for me personally, I was winning a bunch of local tournaments and stuff when I was a kid and I was living in Michigan. And, I got to the point where I was like the top of the state. Nobody could really beat me. And I started going to national level tournaments and I was like eighth place. I was ninth place. Like I wasn't even close to being in the top three.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me a couple of years of like really working and grinding and pushing to finally break into like that top three spot, man. And
Right.
I've been doing this for over 30 years now, and I'm still at it, working and grinding, trying to, trying to win. But there's some stacked competition out there, guys, in all age divisions, underbelts, black belts, everything. There's amazing talent out there. And here's why I would say to go do it. If I could give you any word of encouragement for students that are watching to go join, whether it's my students, your students, anybody that's watching here, go compete at higher level tournaments. Two reasons. One, imagine you train and you practice and you show up to the dojo and you do your classes and you do everything, whether it's forms, weapons, fighting, whatever, but you never actually go compete. That's like being a baseball player, learning how to swing the bat, catch the ball, throw the ball, run the bases, do the whole thing, but never actually getting in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got to actually go test yourself and get out there, right? And it's that whole steel sharpens steel thing. When you go against people that are better than you, that takes me to my second point. It's going to make you a better martial artist. So if you really truly want to be a good martial artist, parents, if you're watching and you really want your kids to become the best they can be in this, martial arts, sport martial arts, whatever you want to call it, they got to compete, and they got to compete at a level that's going to challenge them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're comfortable competing in regional tournaments or in-house tournaments or little state level tournaments, it's time to get uncomfortable and go to something that's going to be bigger and harder and challenging and push you.
Absolutely. Totally agree with that. And I love that you bring that up about, playing the sport, right? Like anybody that plays baseball, soccer, basketball, football, any sport, right? You practice to play the game. You practice to play the game and compete to find
Exactly.
out, kind of where you fall. Now listen, this does not take away from testing for your belt. Testing for your belt is an individual, it's like when you're getting good grades, you aim to get an A, right? And you don't really compete against the person next to you, although I think some people do. But and I guess you can, but there's individual growth, right, that you find within yourself. But this is a way to really get outside of the comfort zone, like we were talking about, and go to that next level. And because Mr. K hit it and said, you may think that you're winning all these local tournaments, you're winning, winning, winning. You might have a false sense of security thinking that you're the best there is when there are so many people out there that will help elevate your game. So I want to just encourage everybody. Now, listen, if you're going to go to compete from our school, you got to pre-register, so you get that taken care of. That way you can check in when you get there and not have to wait in a long line to do it at the door. Plus, you're going to save money. Number two, this is not really major travel arrangements, but it's a bit of a drive. Ontario is about an hour and a half to 2 hours away. But some of these other tournaments are going to be in other states. So you're going to have to really consider, travel expense and travel arrangements. And those of you that play travel baseball or, travel sports, you're kind of used to this. This is in martial arts. This is that level for you. So keep that in mind. And I will be there. I believe I will be there on Sunday, right, Mr. K? I think I can't be there on Saturday
Yeah.
because Mason has a wrestling tournament. So
Yeah.
I'll be with him. But then I'm going to come on Sunday and meet up with you. And we'll watch some competition that day. But listen, if you are going on Saturday, I want to know, and I will help hook you up with Mr. K, and he will take care of you. He'll make
Yeah.
sure that you guys know what to do, where to go, because I'll be honest, it's a little overwhelming if you've never done it because things move very quickly, and there's sometimes 20 rings going on at once. There's not like one or two. There's like 20 rings going on, and you got to be at the right place at the right time. Otherwise, you miss your division, and now we got a problem. So you want to make sure you're set up. So
Friday and Saturday will be black belt competition. Saturday night is the finals. That's always super cool to watch. If it's feasible for people that are just doing Sunday, if you're just doing the underbelt stuff, if you're not a black belt yet, go Saturday night to watch the finals. You could get a hotel room. There's tons of hotels that are next door for cheap. And then you could go compete Sunday, but Saturday night, the finals is super awesome. If you are a black belt and you are competing Friday or Saturday, stick around and hang out for the finals Saturday night. It's awesome. Again, you have the best in the world on stage performing. It's the nighttime show really is special. It really is something cool to watch.
All right. So if you guys have any questions about the upcoming tournament in February, please let me know. Also, just, we have one that I'm going to promote, Guido's Martial Arts in Clovis, California. Again, not too far. It's not like a flight deal, but it's a bit of a drive. It's a couple hours, maybe 2-3 hours to get there. So that'll be our March tournament. And then in April, we'll be hosting our own in-school tournament here. So
shout out to Mr. Guido,
that's for
man.
now. Yeah.
Good. Love that guy. Amazing school too. Great martial artists, great students. I've been able to be there and do seminar, and they run the Raptor curriculum as well. Like awesome school, great people.
Yep. So cool. So we covered the ABC schedule. We covered the tournament. So let's talk about our word of the month. Okay. Word of the month is goals, right? And the quote for this month says, "Everything comes to him who hustles while he waits." Thomas Edison said that. Good quote. Why do we need to set goals? Well, setting goals is important in life. If you don't set goals, it's much harder to know how to get what you want or even to know what it is that you want. Without a specific goal, you may end up wasting a lot of work. So imagine this, guys. Imagine if you were to train and train and train and never have a goal of earning the next belt or earning your black belt, but you're just training and training and training. What are you training for? Right? How about a tournament? You got a tournament coming up. You know what you're training for. You know what you need to work on. Set a goal. And by the way, if anybody goes to a tournament not wanting to win first place, you got to change that mindset, because even though you might not win, you go with the attitude that I'm going to give it everything I got. I'm shooting for first place. I'm shooting for an A. Nobody shoots for C's. Nobody aims for C's. Nobody aims for third place. Shoot for the top. Shoot for the top. What are your thoughts, Mr. K?
Yeah, I mean, well, the first thing that comes to mind is absolutely you have to have goals. And I think goals scare people because they've set goals before that they haven't achieved. And I think the reason that people do that is because they set these big, huge, monumental like goals, but then they don't have any like action to really follow through, and it seems impossible, right? Why don't you set a small goal? Set a small goal. I just heard today about a guy that lost 100 pounds by starting out going to the gym 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes. You want to lose weight? His doctor said, listen, you need to lose weight. You need to get healthier. Here's what I want you to do. Go to the gym for 5 minutes. He said, 5 minutes? What's 5 minutes going to do? He said, go to the gym every day for 5 minutes. See, the guy said he felt ridiculous. He would walk in the gym. He would either go 5 minutes in the sauna, maybe he would do like 5 minutes on the treadmill or the bike, and then he would go home. But what happened is all of a sudden he started getting into the habit and said, wow, I'm a guy that goes to the gym now. And he found himself that 5 minutes turned into 10 minutes. That 10 minutes turned into 20 minutes. That 20 minutes would turn into a half-hour workout every day because all of a sudden he found a whole new motivation. So here's what I would say for you guys that are setting goals. Set some small attainable goals, something that you can do every day, every couple days, every week, like little goals, right? And then you start to get this rhythm and this habit of being successful. And all of a sudden those little goals turn into big, huge successes that you didn't even think you could do.
That's right. That's right. Well, I mean, think about it just in numbers' sake, right? When you add up 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, 1 is the smallest number. 0 is not really a full number, right? But 1 plus 1 plus 1, it adds up. So little bits on top of little bits on top of little bits, you're going to see growth over time, right? And it's those little things that you're doing over time consistently that add up to big results. So that's our word of the month. Is we're talking about goals and goal setting. We're going to come back next week. We're going to talk about our next lesson having to do with goals. But let me give a quick rundown of some events coming up in January that you don't want to miss. Number one, this Saturday, AKMF black belt testing. Yours truly testing for second degree black belt in Krav Maga. If you want to show up, you got to get tickets, guys. You got to get tickets early. Number two, we're closed on Saturday, by the way. We're also closed on Monday for the holiday. Everybody take the day off. Everybody take the day off. Mr. Haw needs a day off. You guys need a day off. It's good to recharge, and then we'll come back strong on Tuesday. Um, bring a buddy, break a board is coming up. We're going to talk about goal setting during that seminar, by the way. So bring a friend to class on the 21st, and you'll get to break a board with your friend. We got white stripe testing coming up the 23rd and 24th. AKMF banquet is coming up. So all my Krav Maga students, you guys are going to want to join us for a casino night and an 80s theme and an awards ceremony. Black belt pretest on the 28th. I think that's all we got. That's a lot, by the way. But that's all we got for January. Mr. K, what do you got coming up at your school?
We have a ton of stuff coming up. I'd like to just say real quick, man, I think it's awesome that you're still setting goals. Like you said, testing for that second degree in Krav. That's huge. You're leading by example, and that's what good instructors do. So thank you for leading by example.
Thanks for pointing it out.
Yeah. Some people, they don't pay attention. So they got to call the obvious. But that's what we should be doing. We should be leading by example, right?
Yes, sir.
Just like we talked about competing. I've got a big competition coming up. Some of our students, we got Team Revolution going out to AKA Warrior Cup in Chicago. That is next weekend. So that's going to be huge. We've got our Stephen Wonderboy Thompson seminar coming up. We got Wonderboy in the house the following week, February 4th. He's flying out to teach and train. That's going to be super awesome. I can't wait to see that. We got Nerf War Night. We got all kinds of crazy stuff, man. Our school is going bonkers right now. It's pretty awesome.
We're starting off the year strong, dude. We're starting off. I mean, we're 12 days in, and we've already had some massive action in our schools, right? New students coming in, students moving up to elite training. We got all these events to look forward to. Old students coming back, absolutely. Listen, guys, if you know someone that used to train with you, like think back to when you were a white belt. Think about all the people when you were a white belt that maybe dropped off the map.
Not around.
How about reaching out to them and giving them a nudge and saying, "Hey, why don't you come back and take class?" Like you said, we just had a bunch of people coming back to class that haven't been here in a little while. It's a great time. Everybody's got some motivation going, some excitement going. It's a new year. Nudge your buddies, your friends that used to train to come back. And if you know someone that would benefit from our programs, please don't keep our schools a secret. Let them know all about it. If you love the school that you train at, you should be referring new members to that school every day, because who wouldn't benefit from more confidence, more discipline, being more respectful, getting in shape, physical fitness, self-defense.
The world would be a better place, really.
What other activity teaches self-defense? None.
Yeah.
There's no other activity that talks about self-defense the way that we do. So keep that in mind. Let's make sure that we keep a safe and healthy community.
I think there's no other activity out there like martial arts that not only just teaches self defense, but all the character skills that come with it. The
Hmm.
discipline, the confidence, the focus, learning to have integrity, learning to be a good person. Like, how much better would our world be if everyone trained in martial arts? You really
I
think?
agree. I agree. We should get all the martial artists in the country to band together and just keep posting that all day long.
Let's go. I'm in. I'm
I
in.
love it. I love it. Well, listen, guys, for those of you that watched here live, thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Whitney. I hope Courtney watches this now or will watch this later because I know she wants to go to compete with Anthony and maybe Christian will compete too. But guys, let's get it. Let's get ready for this tournament. Let's get ready for what's coming up. Let's hit those goals. Small pieces, work up to that big goal. And we'll be back again next Thursday with more talk about goals and goal setting. Thanks, Master K. I'm going to show you guys a little bit more about Raptor Extreme Karate because that is our weapons curriculum, our demo team curriculum. It's what we use in our elite training program.
What
And
weapon are you on?
we are working on the bow, sir. The
Ooh,
bow
that's a
stick.
fun one. That's a fun one.
Yeah. Yep, we got the bow, we got nunchucks, we got eskrima, and we got the kamas. So we change every quarter with a new weapon. But listen, guys, if you sign up for the Raptor curriculum, you can actually work on any of those weapons anytime throughout the year through the website. So raptorkarate.com, you can get signed up. How much is it, Mr. K?
Well, we got an app for individual users, but right now we're switching everybody over to the new system, which your school will be switching over here very shortly too, which is on raptorkarate.com. That's the new VT virtual training system that has 8 different weapons curriculums.
Nice.
Awesome. So hey, stay tuned for that, guys. More info coming.
All right, sweet. All right, well, I'll show you guys if you don't know what Raptor Extreme Karate is. I'm going to show you a little video, and we'll see you guys all next week. All right, make it a great weekend. Enjoy some extra time with your family if you're taking that day off on Monday. We'll see you soon, guys.
See you guys.